Alright guys, it's time to talk about Injective on the channel once again. Now the last time we talked about this was on May the 1st. As you can see, this candle right here. We've actually made about a 50% move since that time, guys. So right here you can see, we were sitting about $10 and trying to get above this, what is it, $9.98 or so line. And yeah, you can see these blue lines here are representing higher lows. And I extended this line, this yellow line here. You can see after May the 1st, we did kind of deviate under it a little bit. And after a few days, we got that big pump here for a few days. And yeah, then you can see we kind of, cooled off again. And now we're making this next run. So anyways, we are trying to clear $14.91 at the moment. And after that, guys, we need to clear $16 basically to get out of this Fibonacci level. And then you have $17.48, the next level to clear. Now, I want to look at the volume profile here really quickly. Let's see. I know this has a very long history. We need to put this on a weekly time frame real quick and try to squeeze this in as good as we can. Let's see. Let's move this down a little bit. Now, we are sitting right here, guys, and you can see it. I know it's really hard to see, but it drops off a little bit here. I would say there's probably about a 20% drop off here. I would say this candle is 20% bigger or so. So yeah, you're going to see the volume just kind of go down the more we go up here. Now there isn't that much really traded up here, honestly. Basically everything that was traded is almost down here below about $9. You can see these are the 4 largest candles, and yeah, I mean, there's really nothing holding back Injective as to volume. Now, let's take a look at the RSI. Let's see how much strength we still have in this move left. Let me get rid of this so it's a little bit more clear. I know it's still hard to see up here, but the weekly time frame is getting a little bit overheated here on the Stoke, guys. The RSI is still pointed heavily to the upside, but it is right in the middle. We can also look at the monthly because it does have a long trading history. Yeah, very low here. It's actually oversold on the Stoke, and it is coming up pretty heavily on the RSI. So the monthly actually looks pretty good. The daily, it's pointed to the upside, right in the middle, basically, of neutral territory. Now, the RSI is getting to a point where it's just kind of flirting with being overbought here. But it is pointed to the upside, and it can run a little bit more, guys. Now, the lower term time frames here, the 4-hour looks like it's flirting with being overbought here with the RSI, and it looks like it's about to start curving down here on the Stoke. So, not the best, but the 1-hour time frame pointed heavily to the downside. But it does actually look like it's starting to curve back up. So, it is making that tick here. And it's flirting with being overbought here on the RSI. Now the 15-minute time frame, this is a very low time frame, but okay, it is overbought basically, and it looks like it's starting to curve to the downside. It's just starting to make that tick really on the RSI. So guys, yeah, I mean, Injective is still going to go up in the long term, guys. Now in the short term, we may find ourselves come up to about $16, I would say, and then just kind of, hit this Fibonacci, the top of it a little bit before it kind of, cools off and some of these indicators reset a little bit and then it breaks through. But yeah, it's already made quite a move, guys. I mean, if we look at this on an hourly time frame, yeah, I mean, basically today it's made much of the move that I think it's going to make. But let's see, the 4-hour time frame, yeah, I think it's just starting to consolidate here, but it may move up to this Fibonacci here before it really cools off, because it is breaking this line right now, and it looks like it wants to pump. Now I want to look at the MACD also, guys, and you can see that on a monthly time frame, this is actually starting to tick back around. It's getting a lighter red candle at the moment, and yeah, I do believe this is going to start turning up. Now the top up here was about 7.18, and it's sitting right about neutral, guys, so it's right on the line. Now let's look at a weekly time frame. Yeah, it's coming up, guys. It's starting to print some green candles the last several weeks here, so that is actually pretty good. And let's just look at the daily. I don't want to look at the lower term time frames. It just makes no sense on the MACD, I think. But yeah, this is also, you know, printing green candles now, as you see here. It's kind of been flip-flopping though a little bit. You have green, red, green, red. Now you're getting a couple of greens, and this one's starting to get a little bit bigger. So yeah, I do think this is in for more upside here as well. Let's go back in history. What was, you know, locally the high? Yeah, you do have a peak up here at about 6.34. So yeah, you're just sitting a little bit below, we can just say 1. So this has some room to grow, guys. I mean, this can really go much, much higher. Yeah, that was actually the peak up here. But yeah, everything, in my opinion, looks good for Injective. Just, you know, it might cool down here in the short term. You know, it may struggle just a little bit with this green line here at $14.91, but I do think it's going to clear it probably, but it does need to cool down. Now, looking at the tokenomics, guys, basically Injective is the number 79 coin, so it's a top 100 coin. Now, total supply is 100 million. Circulating is almost all of that, so that's pretty good. However, let me just mention there is no max supply. So I looked actually at, what was it, CoinMarketCap, and I couldn't find also a max supply, so I don't believe it has a max supply, which is not the best thing. But if they can keep this number and try not to exceed this 100 million or, you know, basically like print more tokens or coins or whatever you want to call it, then it's okay, guys. This is a very low number right now. But yeah, the all-time high, guys, is up almost at $53, so you're getting about a 72% discount. So do I believe this is going to make, you know, its all-time high again? You know, when something is down only like 70% right now, I would say yes, it's probably going to. But it's anybody's guess really at this point. But Injective is an excellent project, guys. So I do believe this is one that, you know, I wish I had it. I don't have it, guys, but I wish I did have it. I'm not going to speak bad about Injective. It's a really good project. So if you have it, I wish you the best, guys. And yeah, I will still cover Injective in the future because, yeah, it is a good token. Now, looking at Bitcoin quickly, guys, this is the 4-hour time frame. You can see that we've hit this trend line several times along the way. It looks like about 5 times. And if I zoom in here, you can see we're getting a couple of red candles, although this candle is pretty fresh. It's a 4-hour time frame. But we do need to seal a candle above 111.865, and then I think we're off to the races once again, guys. Now, we have only had several times in history of Bitcoin where we have 8 green weekly candles in a row. Right now, we're almost in the middle of the week, and we have a green candle for Bitcoin. So let's see if we can make 8 green weekly candles in a row. That would be kind of nice, guys. Now, Ethereum. Today I made a video early in the morning on PancakeSwap, and I marked this off, guys, and basically I said we need to break the neckline now. We have an inverse head and shoulders, and it had to break it now, and it did that, guys. So you can see I did adjust this line here because I took the measurement from here and I put it all the way down at the end of this wick. And this actually lines up a little bit better with the target, although this has still exceeded this target. So yeah, like I said, this is just a technical target. Sometimes it comes under, sometimes it goes over, but basically it's finding resistance at about $2,700. So you can see 27.17 is the mark here that I have for the weekly time frame that it needs to clear. And yeah, basically after that, it's the Fibonacci level here at about, let's just say 2760, and then you have 2825 to get above. So that's the next 3 levels. Now, I didn't mark off any daily time frames. You know, when something trades for so long, it's just really hard to mark off daily time frame resistances. Now, the total market cap, guys, is moving up a little bit. It has been a little bit higher today, but we're sitting at 1.23 trillion. You know, we're just basically consolidating, though, I would say. We need to break 1.25 trillion, though. Now, this is nice, guys. The dominance is actually getting a rejection at this line, so yeah, we do need to break this line down here though. This is like a 2.5 to 3 year trend line now. And once we break that, 60.46 is that next level, and then I will start to celebrate, guys. But yeah, we need to see further downside, and then our altcoins are going to start really pumping. Now, altcoin season index did come up from a 16 today to an 18, so this is actually nice. Like I said, when that moves down, this number will move up. Now, the dollar index actually is getting a pump, so a stronger dollar actually means a weaker Bitcoin. So, you know, the alts are actually getting a little bit stronger, probably because of this. So, it is breaking this resistance at the moment at 99.17. But, yeah, let's see what happens, guys. Now, liquidation heat map, it's sitting at about 270 million that have been wrecked in the last 24 hours. So this has gone up from, I think this morning, around 200 million to about 270 now. So getting a little bit more, and, you know, but it's still within reason. Still not too bad. We've seen a lot worse, though, in the past, guys. Now, taking a look at the fear and greed, we're at a 74 today. Yesterday was a 73, but if I go down to this chart, guys, since May the 9th, we've just been pretty much between 70 and 74 with the exception of a couple of days here. But now we're back in that range, so it's kind of strange to see us in this range for so long almost. Now, the bull market peak indicators, 0 from 30 have been hit, still 100% hold. The Pi cycle top indicator, it now, you know, I can see this is starting to curve up. But yeah, do you see it any differently than I do? But yeah, I think this is really starting to curve up at the moment. So tomorrow, not much is going on. We do have a few FOMC members speaking. So let's see what they say. We also have the FOMC meeting minutes. So that can be, you know, kind of some insight, I guess, as to what might happen in the next meeting. Now, taking a quick look at MEXC, guys, you can see that we got all good macro numbers today. Everything was in the green, although these numbers are fairly small, especially when you compare over here, guys. This is mega news. Anything over 0.1, really, whether it's positive or negative, green or red, you know, is mega. So, you know, everything today was fairly small, but I think we're just waiting really for tariff news, and that's why this news, you know, just really isn't hitting home. So, if we take a look at the FedWatch tools, though, 94.4% believe we're not getting a cut still. 5.6% are still holding out hope. Now, keep in mind, we still have about almost 22 days until this meeting takes place. Now, the Trueflation, it says that there's 2.1%, you know, inflation. So I don't know what the Fed is waiting for, but that's pretty close in my opinion. And we got all good, you know, macroeconomic news. So yeah, I mean, I really expect a cut, but, you know, it doesn't look like we're going to get that, you know, according to FedWatch tools. Now, Crypto Bubbles is pretty green today, guys. There are just a few reds here and there, but some of these have really pumped in the last few days, like Hype. I actually did a video on that yesterday, I believe. And yeah, guys, if you are looking to stake your Injective, there's 24 deals that were found on Coinondo, so check that out. Some of these I don't know, like that first one I don't know. Stubix I've never heard of, guys. And I don't think you're going to get a 224% you know, staking. So be realistic. But I could see something like KuCoin, you know, 13%. That's great, guys. So be aware of the limits. If you have more than that, you can't stake and get 13%, of course. But yeah, and this is flexible. That's what I'm looking for, guys. I'm not looking to lock up my coins for 360 days. You just can't see 1 year down the road. I do believe this is all going to be over in about 5 months or so, and we're all going to need to sell our coins. So anyways, if you like this video, guys, like, subscribe, activate the bell, share this video with your friends. Check out some of the deals that I have with the exchanges below, guys. I do have partnerships with Bitget, MEXC, BingX, Blowfin, BitUnix, and guys, if you want to check out MEXC, it's a very good tool. They have more than just these measurements. There's charts, statistics, articles, and things, guys. It's really good for stock trading. Anyways, guys, you know, like, subscribe, activate the bell, and I'll see you guys in the next one.